On the backwater moon of Velt, the sadistic Admiral Atticus Noble arrives on behalf of Motherworld, a militaristic interstellar imperium fueled by centuries of conquest and war. He explains that he and his men are hunting for a band of rebels led by the Bloodaxes and will need the village to supply them with grain. The village leader, Father Sindri, refuses. Noble beats him to death and says he will return in 10 weeks for an amount of grain that will leave the village with too little to survive. Noble departs, leaving a handful of soldiers in the village. One of the villagers, Cora, witnesses Imperium soldiers preparing to gang rape a villager. She attacks and kills them. Cora tells the villagers that Noble will massacre the village once he returns and gets what he wants unless they mount a defense. Cora departs to the nearby port town of Providence, bringing another villager named Gunnar who has sold grain to the Bloodaxe Rebellion before. During their journey, she reveals to him that she once served the Imperium as a soldier, having been adopted and brought up by a general named Belisarius after he killed her family and destroyed her home planet. She was then promoted as the bodyguard to Motherworld Princess Issa, who was expected to usher in an end to the Imperium's conquests, but was unable to protect her during her coronation, at which the royal family was assassinated, after which Belisarius declared himself regent before renewing its conquests. Arriving at Providence, the duo meets Kai, a smuggler and criminal, who agrees to take them to recruit Titus, a disgraced Imperium general, to lead the defense against the Motherworld. On the way, Kai takes them to recruit 2 additional warriors, Tarek, a tamer of beasts, and Nemesis, a talented swordswoman with cybernetic arms. The group then finds Titus in a drunken stupor on a remote moon. Titus agrees to fight for them as well. Then they arrive at planet Charon to meet the Bloodaxes and their rebellion. Darian agrees to defend the village and brings a handful of rebels with him, while Devra considers a fight against Noble's dreadnought, the King's Gaze, hopeless and a waste of their resources. After they depart Charon, Noble arrives and eradicates its population as punishment for assisting the rebels. Kai tells Cora that he has been moved by her quest to abandon his illicit life as a smuggler, and that he has one last shipment to drop off to leave that life behind him. He takes the group to a trading post at which Noble's ship has arrived and restrains them, betraying them to Noble and revealing he had always intended to do so for the bounties on their heads. Noble identifies Cora as Arthale, a wanted deserter and fugitive. Kai demands that Gunnar paralyze Cora. Gunnar instead frees her and kills Kai. The other warriors are unshackled as well. A battle ensues, with Darian and Noble among its casualties. Afterwards, the surviving warriors return to Velt together. Noble's corpse is recovered by Motherworld forces, and he is revived after having spoken on an astral plane with Belisarius, who demands that Noble end the insurgency against him and bring Cora to him alive so he can execute her himself.